Coming up on today's show, I want to put together the remaining moves I think the Cowboys should at least try to make to help finalize this roster before we get deep into OTAs and minicamp and training camp. Feels like it's been a better offseason for Dallas, but there's work to do there. So grade the Cowboys offseason so far. A, B, C, D, or F. So far, with maybe some moves left, we'll break down my ideas. How do you grade the Cowboys offseason so far? Number one, let's go sign a wide receiver. And I went with sign over trade. I just think you're going to have better value, and I think that the availability and the impact for what amounts to short-term options, I think you're reducing some risk and helping yourself short-term, long-term going with the free agency route. I see two viable options, and only two. It's Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper. It's a very thin pool. We're in May. The options are not great at this time. Either guy I would be on board with. I would happily take either player. Both guys have shown signs of decline. Keenan Allen has not been playing full seasons. I think whatever guy you sign, you probably assume you're going to miss a game or 3 games, somewhere in that ballpark. Allen is a solid route runner. He can do some inside-outside stuff. He is not explosive. You are not going to find an explosive wide receiver 2 like Schottenheimer wanted because it is May. The explosive options are all somewhere else in the end. Then there's Amari Cooper. There's been the ESPN reporting of mutual interest on both sides. There's built-in chemistry with Dak Prescott. I think several members of this team would appreciate an Amari Cooper return. In the end, look, both these guys are short-term options. Neither guy is probably going to be in play for you in 2026, so not 2027. I need something else here. The Cowboys are one horrific injury away from being like, well, you know what? There's not a worse receiving core in the NFL, which is what we said in March, in February. Here we are in May. The move so far, a couple of UDFAs who probably aren't going to make your roster, and Paris Campbell with little to no guaranteed money. Okay, you haven't gotten better at wide receiver, and unless you get better play out of those guys, you've gotten worse, frankly. So which one, if it were just these two as the options, would you rather sign? KA for Keenan Allen, AC for Amari Cooper. Let me know in the comments section of today's video. KA for Keenan Allen, AC for Amari Cooper. It is the pinned comment, so if the ad comes on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote. How many times have we put this on the plan? Pre-draft plan, post-draft plan, free agency plan. Go pay Micah Parsons. Not that hard. We know it's going to be hella expensive. He's going to become the highest paid non-QB. He'll beat out Jamar Chase's $40.25 million per year. He should beat out Myles Garrett's $122.79 million in total guaranteed money. How much he ends up beating it by? We'll see. But don't wait, because guess who else is looking for a new contract? TJ Watt. He can argue gets the exact same deal plus a bit more than what Myles Garrett got. That's a reasonable ask from TJ Watt. Aiden Hutchinson's coming off a bad injury, but he could be in that conversation too. So I think the Cowboys want 5 years. I think Micah's on board with 5 years. How much of the guaranteed money ratio extends is going to be between 125 and 165. You go more years, it costs you more money per year because you can backload deals, but salary cap jump is higher, so you're actually better off doing more deals. This is your free square before the season and ideally before training camp. Don't delay. Don't drag your feet on this. You've done it enough already. Just get it done. It's not that hard. You don't find players who have put up double-digit sacks every year of their career to begin their careers. That's Hall of Fame stuff. Just pay them. Don't overcomplicate things. Number 3, I would like to sign a corner. And there's one asterisk on this. Ideally, this corner I sign offers nickel ability, the ability to play on the inside in 3 corner or even 4 corner packages. That is what the ideal scenario is, because I got DaRon Bland, he's healthy. I've got Trayvon Diggs, he's not healthy. I've got Israel Mukuamu, he's a nickel, but this is like the Rico Dowdle of the secondary. Like, he might play pretty well. Do you trust him all the way yet? Probably not. Savone Revel will be a piece for me, but I don't know what year. I don't know how much, if he's going to go week 1 or if he kind of is a bit of a growing pain, learning curve guy. Like, I would like someone, especially if there's another injury, to have the ability to play on the inside. If Mukwamu goes down, I'm in a bad spot. Bland goes down, I'm in a really bad spot. So I would like, ideally, a 4th/5th corner who can do inside-outside stuff. Stephon Gilmore had a visit with the Cowboys. Not football-related, okay. But he's an outside-only guy. Might not be the fit. Same with Rasul Douglas. Asante Samuel, who doesn't have the length the Cowboys prefer, has mostly been an outside corner, but I think he's got inside, skill sets. I would have interest there. Mike Hilton, Kendall Fuller both played nickel in the past too. There are issues there. Both guys did not get brought back by their teams for very valid reasons. Hilton was taken off the field some in third downs in Cincinnati, which is like the opposite of what you expect out of a nickel. He's a good run defender, though. That's got value. Not a great group. But if I can find somebody for less than $5 million, I've got $30+ million in salary cap space. That's all I need. That's all I need. I want you to name a player who you want the Cowboys to add. Any position, any group, whatever. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Number 4, try to add a defensive tackle. And again, this one is, I don't think this is as easy as the rest because the free agent options are like Linval Joseph bodies. Like, okay, like you have a body, cool. That's not, you're not thriving if you go add one of them. So instead, I would like to keep my draft picks as much as possible, maybe I can get them on the cheap. I look at this defensive tackle room right now, and I go, okay, Osa is my 3 technique. Hoping Mozzie takes a step forward. Jay Toia, Justin Rogers, 7th-round picks at nose guard. There's some bodies there. Solomon Thomas offers some inside-outside flex. Probably going to play 3 technique. Got a 2-year deal, but boy, that's a thin group. I am an Osa Odigizua injury away, having the worst defensive tackle room in the NFL, or at least one of them. So 2 names, both of whom from the Chicago Bears. Andrew Billings is my nose guard option. It is a piece I could potentially add. Missed some time last year, bounced around the NFL, knows Matt Eberflus, to come in and help me out at nose guard if Jay Toia or Justin Rogers don't look like they're ready, or Mon Smith does not take a step forward, or if there's an injury, there's a nose guard option. And then he's not actually a nose guard. He has the height of one. He's kind of a bit of a unique athlete. Javon Dexter, also of the Chicago Bears. He's 6'6", 313. I don't know if he's available or not. Harrison Graham mentioned him on one of the Bears shows, so I'm like, hey, I should make note of that. The production was better this year. Eberflus likes these big, tall guys in the middle, and that certainly fits with Dexter. And I think if you had to, this is someone that could kind of play some nose guard shade reps if he had to. I think he's probably going to be better as like a 3 technique. You didn't give him some 5 technique stuff there. 2nd-round pick out of Florida. Great athlete. Has the size the Cowboys love. The Bears have invested in the defensive line. Bears got Grady Jarrett. They drafted Shamar Turner. They took Zach Pickens in the 3rd round. They have Andrew Billings, and they've got Javon Dexter. They also made the move for Chris Williams last year. They signed Jonathan Ford. There actually could be a possibility of the Bears moving on from a DT. So it's aggressive, but that's one of those, like, can I call and see what the asking price is? Might be too expensive in the end for Dallas. Today's show, we got the Cowboys rookie jerseys available. Chatsports.com/Cowboys draft. Link will be in the comments section of today's show. It's not just the rookie jerseys, it's the hats, the hoodies, all from the 2025 NFL draft. Link will be in the comments section, plus a clickable link over there and in the description of today's show. One more time for you folks, it's chatsports.com/Cowboys draft. Offseason plan. Let's pay Tyler Smith. Come on. This is, who here thinks he's among the best young guards in the NFL? Everybody, right? The penalties have gone in the right direction as of late. Still need a little bit more. He was put in a tough spot last year. Instead of, experience at center and left tackle, it was a rookie and a shuffling rotation of options at the left tackle spot. He's awesome. It's going to be expensive. You should get this done before Trey Smith gets paid. He's on the franchise tag. It's not going to cost $23 million. You could do $22 million per year, $1.5 million per year. That deal is done. It's going to be expensive. It is going to be the highest paid guard in the NFL. It'll last for a month if you do it today. It'll last this time next year. He might not even be top 3. That is how the markets work, guys. Simply make Tyler Smith the highest paid guard in the NFL. It saves the cap space short term, money long term. And hey, you know what? If in a year or 2 years from now you got to go, hey, go play left tackle because Guyton is not developed. I'm saving money with that one. Go get this deal done. Fifth-year option gets factored in the deal. You save like a ton of money this time next year. Just do it. Do it early and save yourself money in the long run. So do you agree with me? Would you make Tyler Smith the highest paid guard? Y for yes, N for no. Number 6 is also kind of tricky. That's pay DaRon Bland. Coming off an injury. Probably wants to have a full season. Isn't going to settle for, I would assume, the team-friendly deal that maybe he could have gotten if he'd stayed healthy because he wants to prove his market value. I think this is a real scenario, though. Izzy Mukuamu plays fine. Savone Revel plays pretty well, actually. And you get to November, and your best 3 corners are a now healthy Diggs, DaRon Bland, and Savone Revel Jr. Well, only Bland can play nickel. And the nickel contract is about half of an outside corner contract. So if you want to make all parties happy and go, DaRon, we need you on the inside at nickel, everyone will be more on board with that if you already paid him. And you avoid any potential awkward conversations there. What that contract looks like, I actually don't know. Derek Stingley got 30. J.C. Horn got 25. Does Bland get those figures? I don't know. Rams is at 24, Surtain's at 24. Maybe that's more of the benchmark there. It'll probably be more expensive than Trayvon Diggs, but once you pay Bland and actually impact your cap, really, Diggs' money will be off the books. So I would strongly consider a DaRon Bland deal before camp and before the season begins. We will have more on potential Cowboys contract extensions and candidates video on it. So hit that sub button so you don't miss out. YouTube.com/CowboysTV. Number 7, let's monitor the running back trade market. Let's see how the young guys do. Let's see how Javonte Williams looks. Let's see how Miles Sanders looks. If Jaden Blue's the instant impact explosive piece, is Deuce Vaughn going to end up being any better? Is Phil Maffa going to be a piece as a power runner? I would just keep an eye on it. I think some of the names we'd mentioned previously, I don't think Rachaad White's on the market. I don't think Breece Hall's out there because those teams didn't spend premium picks on backs. 6 names. Jerome Ford, the Browns drafted 2 of them. Dameon Pierce, I think very much available. Travis Etienne, the math is not mathing in Jacksonville anymore. They took 2 running backs and have Tank Bigsby. Can they get the money's issue for Travis Etienne? Kendre Miller might get cut in New Orleans. Kenneth Walker, maybe a bit safer now after the later round only pick there of Damian Martinez. Roshan Johnson of the Bears is available. Maybe available if they add like a Nick Chubb. Maybe he's the odd man out. So I would just monitor how that all plays out.